Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and welcome to the Black Dove Oracle podcast. You have wandered upon one of my audio channeled messages. There are other readings where I show cards, where I even show my face occasionally. This is not one of those. At the current moment, I am in the middle of a pretty big move for myself. So there's a lot that's being packed up, shifted around my space right now, my current space. So forgive me if there's a lot of audio only. I hope that if you will come back and reconnect with me if audio is not your thing. But I have been getting some really cool feedback on the audio only channeled messages. So if you do like it, maybe you'll just give me a star in the comments to let me know this is okay for another week and a half. Okay. So my honeys, this is going to be the blessings, a channeled message regarding the blessings that are coming your way. Because Spirit is saying you most certainly have some blessings coming your way. I just saw the number 9. Some of you, this is blessings in the form of a wish fulfillment. So we do have 4 groups. And these avatars, you all, they're just here for your visual pleasure. Some people will pick their groups with the timestamps that will be featured in the description box below. Other things that are in the description box below are my brand new website, which I will put up here for a second. On this brand new website, www.blackdoveoracle.com, you can find how to get a personal reading from me, even how to get some personal coaching, spiritual coaching from me. So if that's something you're interested in, that is the only way that you can find out how to work with me. I won't grab your attention in comments. I won't reach out to you on any platform. So be careful, my honeys. Most readers have a very specific way for you to reach out for personal readings. So watch out for the scammers. If you have a business proposal or want to reach out for a collaboration, my email is blackdovedreamer@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you there. Lastly, my honeys, if there's anything that you kind of hear that resonates with you, or you're just like, that's fire, could you please consider giving me a like? I always love reading your comments. And if you want to stay connected to me, you like the vibration on this channel, please consider subscribing. If you click that bell, you'll get a notification when I upload new readings, new channeled messages. So, my honeys, let's get to today's channeled messages. And like I said, there are going to be 4 groups. And we'll start with group number 1. So, I've just been hearing a lot from Spirit this morning. I've been like taking notes because I was working and I was all like, oh, that's something I need to write down. So I've been taking notes, and it was between 2 channeled messages today, but Spirit said to go with this one. Blessings that are coming your way, group number 1. I kind of get here, group number 1. There's something really beautiful coming your way. The energy feels light as a feather even. Yeah, wow. The first card that I pick up is the Ace of Waters. I'm using the Vision Quest deck again. It's a beautiful Native American kind of themed deck. And the Ace of Waters has this beautiful clay pod, maybe Navajo, I think. It doesn't really say here on the card, but it looks like Navajo clay pottery. And it's a big pot sitting in the middle of a stream, and that pot is just overflowing. So for me, immediately, group number one, you are receiving the blessing of some real, it's a beautiful feeling. I almost don't know how to describe it because it's so overwhelmingly gentle, kind. There's a lot of joy coming from this feeling. I'm just tapping into it. You know, I think immediately you are going to get a message here from a King of Wands. Someone is going to share their passion for you, and they're going to share something passionate with you. Yeah. I think whatever they end up sharing, it's going to make you feel like, wow, I actually just won this. And I know won is a very interesting word for something emotional that someone's going to share with you. But when this king shares this feeling with you, you're going to feel like, I'm a sweepstakes winner. You are. You're going to feel like, whoa. For some of you, I get that this is something you didn't expect from this person. Yeah. This person may have been away for a while. You both may have been separated. Just to take it where it resonates, there's a few people listening to this group. But if you both were separated for a while, like this person was on some kind of like pilgrimage or hermitage, or maybe they went on a long meditation retreat. I used to work at a meditation center some years ago. And every once in a while, they hosted month-long meditation retreats. I mean, talk about getting really deep into your practice. And there's some centers that really focus on that. This King of Wands could have been at such a place. This King of Wands just could have been traveling. They may have had some work that they had to do that was far away physically from you. I think wherever they went, they had time to sit down with themselves and really think about your relationship, group number one. And Spirit is saying, before you click off, that this doesn't have to be someone that you are involved with or that you know right now. Spirit is showing me kind of 2 to 3 different situations. There's one situation where you do know this person, where there is mutual interest between the both of you. There's another situation where you may have had interest in this person, but nothing seemed to take off. And then the last situation that Spirit is sharing with me is someone who really does like you, probably like more of a secret crush. And in all cases, this person had to step away to get some clarity. I don't get that that's might have been the main focus of why they had to take a trip or go away, but it turned out during this time away, group number one, that their heart really connected and centered around the energy of wanting to be with you. I see it in this Hermit card. It was as if they connected to some sense of inner peace. And when that sense of inner peace flowed through their heart, they saw an image of you, group number one. And they knew right away, okay, this is my person. If you both were in a mutual connection, I think that this will be a deeper moment in the relationship. It will be a part of your relationship where maybe for the first time in this relationship, someone is saying, I love you. I want to be with you. There's some kind of deepening commitment that's happening. If you were in a situation where you were just like, I don't think this person really liked me, or I just wasn't sure if we really clicked, you're going to hear from this person. And for some of you out there, Spirit is saying, while it will surprise you, you're going to be like, yes, they actually did like me. Not in a pick me way, but just like, yes, I wasn't off with my intuition. There was something happening between us. So, and lastly, with the secret crush, it's kind of interesting. I don't get that they're a complete stranger to you, but I do believe that your relationship never really entered something romantic or intimate. But when this person sees your image, almost like in a visual, a quick visual, or something about your energy, this person is like, I need to get in touch with group number one. So in a roundabout, long way, sorry if that was long, but Spirit gave me 3 scenarios. Group number one, if you chose this reading, Spirit is saying that this is for you. Like, you need to know there is a connection that's either deepening or coming towards you in a way that feels very passionate, feels very clear. And it's going to begin a new beginning with someone, a new emotional beginning. For some of you, because Spirit said, look at the bottom of the deck, I'm always like, you never know what you're going to get when you flip that over. And group number one, Spirit is showing 7 of Cups. For some of you, the timing of this could be interesting because it's also happening when either one or more other people are expressing their interest in you. And this is going to be interesting because it presents somewhat of a dilemma for some of you. Because I think when you thought this person, especially if you're the group that thinks there was no connection here, nothing got off the ground. If you're in that group, particularly, Spirit is pointing that out, you may have said, okay, well, let me just go to this other option because they're equally attractive to me. We seem to hit it off. There's no question about things. Although this person is more of a safe bet, Spirit is saying, take it where it resonates. But the safe bet that you wouldn't be entirely unhappy. So when this other person comes back or loops back, Spirit is saying, for some of you in group number one, this is going to present some kind of internal dilemma for you more than an external. I don't think you would bring it up to either party. Yet, I think you would just be like, wow, I really have to think about this. Yeah, and it may be something you really have to think about. What other blessings, if others are coming your way? Yeah, wow. Spirit is saying for you, group number one, the blessing that's coming your way is the opportunity of choosing. Some of you may not see that as a blessing, but Spirit is actually saying it's a huge blessing. You get to choose. You get to decide what direction. It's reminding me, and I don't even know if they still make books like this. I was a real avid reader when I was a young kid. I mean, I was that nerd that during the summer times, I would join the library readathon. And I took it seriously, y'all. I took it seriously. And one of those books I remember reading was the kind where you could choose the direction your character would go. Like they wrote the book with several different endings. And it's going to be kind of like this, group number one. You get to choose your ending. Spirit is saying, even consider the possibility that both directions, or all three directions, or whatever many choices you have, all could be right for you on some level. All could be right for you on some level. It kind of, Spirit wants you to tickle with the idea, and I don't know why Spirit said tickle with the idea, but that's what I heard. Tickle with the idea that you have more than one soulmate, you have more than one happy, joyous direction. The idea that we only have one true love kind of puts us in a limited, lack situation, right? And Spirit is saying your blessing is coming in the form of abundance, even in partners, even in you deciding who's going to be the one you want to, Spirit is saying, give your time to, you know? Yeah. I mean, Spirit's saying, the stories can go in a lot of different directions. Either way, your blessing group number 1 is about being in happiness, finally feeling that happiness connect with your heart, which I think is that energy I was feeling. Like your heart's going to just open up, group number 1, during this time. Maybe for some of you, you've thought or about giving up on the idea of finding a healthy relationship. But Spirit is saying it's kind of coming in as a tower in reverse, meaning not a shocking thing, but it is going to rock you a little bit. It is going to kind of be like, whoa, I almost fell out my tower with this one. Because I think that's what tower in reverse is. It's kind of like, ooh, I almost fell out that window. Hold on. So it's something that's going to be definitely brought to your attention. It's funny, while I'm doing your channeled message, I'm also getting images of a dream I had last night. It was a very interesting dream, group number 1, and Spirit said that it might come up during this entire reading in one of the groups, but I will share one part of it. It was interesting, and sometimes I have to decide on how I feel when I wake up and remember the dream, if the dream was scary or negative, because this dream, it had some interesting imagery. It was like an energy came towards me to visit me, and it looked like one of my favorite singers, I was all like, the one that I think is very cute, and I was just like, oh, I'm in this dream, we're getting ready to go out and do something. And I remember in the dream specifically, we were getting ready to go somewhere, and I was driving, and I had some kind of convertible car, which I don't have in my waking life. I had a convertible car, but this person, even though their face looked like one of my favorite singers, it was like they were wearing this huge, like, cloak, and I was like, oh, that's kind of, like, it wasn't something the singer wouldn't be wearing. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we were talking, having a good time. And I remember that over time in the conversation, the person's face changed. And it changed more and more into like a mask. And it wasn't like I was afraid, but I was noticing that the person was different. And so I had to, when I woke up, I had to think, was that a scary dream? Because I didn't feel that way when I woke up. But how I'm going to connect it to you, group number 1, that imagery of the changing face, is that I think when this person that we tapped into earlier comes towards you, for many of you, this is a different side of themselves that they're showing you. For some of you, where this is truly, you had no idea this person carried that kind of interest in you, that might be more of the second or third option that Spirit was sharing with us within this group. It's almost as if that person's whole demeanor changes. Maybe before they were clear on wanting something with you romantically, they presented one way. And I don't think they presented in a bad or awkward way, because in one of these smaller groups, you were attracted to them, but you just didn't think they were reciprocating. And for some of you, this is just going to be a complete surprise. I just think that this person's vibe even changes. There's something, the sun is here, where this person just warms up. The connection is heart warming. So, yeah, Spirit is saying here that dream, at least that scenery from the dream, it fits with how you may experience this person. I think for some of you, this person sees you as a Queen of Cups, but on occasion they wonder what you would do with their heart. Maybe this person has had to heal some things. And I think that's why they had to go within to really understand, am I ready for group number one? Because for many of you, you gave them the signal you're willing to be in relationship with them. There is a 3 coming up. and weird, because I always mix these two decks up. Page of Cups again. You are going to receive some kind of invitation from this person. And it's coming in a way where they're letting you know this is about asking you on a date, asking you if there is a chance for you both to get to know each other in a different way. So they are going to be that clear that they're not just asking in terms of just being friends or business colleagues, whatever the previous relationship was with you. They are asking because they are interested in you. And I think this person is going to muster up that much courage to say, yes, I'm not asking you because I want to talk about business or, reconnect because we're friends. I'm asking you because I want to see, is there a chance for us to get to know each other in a more romantic direction. So that's the blessing coming your way, group number one. Many of you are going to be so shocked. If you already had a standing relationship with this person, you're still going to be shocked, because they're just going to somehow out of somewhere, group number one, be like, hey, I was away and I really missed you and I think I love you. It's going to be something like that. I can't say word for word, but it is going to be something where it's a huge revelation. You're like, oh, wow. I get, for many of you, this is a good thing. This would be considered a blessing. And for some of you, even the ones of you that it's going to kind of come from a little bit of a left field, it's still going to feel like a blessing. It's going to feel like something that makes you happy in the moment. All right, my honeys, if you resonated with any or part of this channeled message for group number one, could you please give me a thumbs up? It's just a way to help me grow this brand new channel. And if you want to stay connected and Spirit's been telling me I'll probably relaunch my channel in certain ways when I move, because I'm going to have a different setting. I predict it's just going to allow for me to do things a little bit differently. So if you want to stay connected, please consider subscribing. You click that bell, you'll get notified when I upload new channeled messages and readings. And group number one, if this is where we part, I still feel that happy feeling. It's like, wow, it's so heartwarming, this connection. So that's the blessing coming your way. Take care, my honeys. Hello, my honeys. In group number two, this is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and this is your channeled message on what blessings are coming your way. So group number 1 was very sweet. Very sweet. If you have maybe a thought to listen to it, it might belong to you too. Very sweet. Very sweet. So group number 1, let's get into your energy. Let's get that starting card that's telling us what blessings are coming your way, group number 1. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Spirit is saying there might be a couple of cards here. There is a King of Wands in reverse. And a Life Force card. We're using the Vision Quest deck. Son of Earth is upright. So a blessing that is coming your way, group number 2. It's one of, it's a blessing of prosperity. And Spirit is telling me it's a blessing of prosperity after some time of really having to work hard for it, after some time of having to take some bold action. I think some of you, because I'm taking your energy in this reading, group number 2, as the Queen of Pentacles, but I think what's coming after that, why Queen of Pentacles is before this King of Wands in reverse, is because maybe Spirit is saying you were becoming impatient. You were maybe wanting things to work quicker than they could in this particular situation. But what Spirit is showing me now in terms of your blessing, group number 2, is that you've shifted something about how you're working with your manifestations. You're shifting something in regards to how you are looking at your life. Even some of you may have taken up some kind of gratitude practice. You may have done a ritual or a ceremony lately that really, in that ceremony or ritual or gratitude practice or even journaling, you may have been asking your higher self, help me to let go of expectations around my blessings. And there was some way in which you worded that, group number 2, that really connected with the essence of what you wanted. It was like you had to connect with the essence of the fertile universe. And so, quite literally, you opened a door to nurturing and generosity and caring. And there's something like you opened that door to your strength. And I think you realized you didn't have to like toil and work and sweat for this blessing. It was yours. And in that action, whatever you were doing, this ritual, ceremony, just prayers or journaling, you let go of something that was blocking you from your life force. Because it was like an old thought, an old pattern that you just had to let go of. It wasn't something that was inherently negative. It was just something that was blocking you from this blessing that was coming your way. It was slowing it down. Spirit said it wasn't like you were never going to receive it. It was just slowing it down. And now when you kind of removed that, you were able to connect really literally with your life force, merging and collaborating with Spirit. It was as if you turned around a stagnant kind of like resentful energy into something that felt like joyous, felt like ecstasy, felt like you were connected to this primal force of spirit that wants to give you everything that you want. Group number 2, everything. So I know I was getting a little poetic there, but that's how I was feeling. Like spirit was like, you had to let this go. And when you let that go, that little, and for some of you, it could have been doubt. For some of you, it could have been resentment. Whatever you let go, impatience, stagnation, now you're realizing this beautiful blessing, this really beautiful blessing, because now you are Queen of Wands. You're Queen of Wands. I mean, you are the Queen of Pentacles, but guess what? Queen of Wands now is kind of what you're transitioning into, like someone who can take their fire, their passion, their joy, their ecstasy, and manifest it into something that's quite material. 8 of Coins. It's as if that one little block, it opened up a floodgate for you, group number 2, and the blessings of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that, 6 of Coins. Some of you in this group will experience being given a gift of Pentacles. It could be quite literal money, or it could be something that equates to a huge amount of money. Whatever you're doing, it's like this blessing is happening because of you. Spirit wants me to communicate that to you, group number 2. You did some kind of healing work, and now the floodgates are open. You are Queen of Wands, regardless of your gender. You're just able to sit with that energy now and shape it and work with it. And guess what? You are going to see the rewards, if you haven't already, just dropping from the sky. If you go to my TikTok, I know sometimes I'll direct you all there. It's rooted futures, rooted underscore futures. There's one called, what is it called? I don't know if I can give you the title enough so that you can look at it, group number 2, but let's see. It is called, hold on, and I will tell you. My eyes and my glasses, they really could be better, you all. Okay, so it has about 45,000 likes, and it says, if you see this, it's for you. So it should be towards the top because it's a more recent channel message. But what I'm saying in there is that Spirit's getting ready to bless you, group number 2, in a way that you're going to just need to accept this blessing is for you. It came because you were obedient. It came because you followed Spirit's direction. Wow, we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. For some of you, because I saw this in the beginning, I wasn't sure whether to speak on it or not. At the bottom of the deck is 6 of Wands. Victory. For some of you, this blessing is around a partner healing themselves. Really, quite literally. Maybe for some of you, and this is going to be specific, but I'm going to speak on it because Spirit showed it to me a couple of times. Some of you had a partner that you were really worried about. You were even maybe wondering if you two could continue on with your relationship. There was something about them that they were stuck in something. They were stuck in a wound. They were activated. They were triggered. And instead of kind of working on themselves, they kept resisting getting better, in your opinion, maybe. And there's something where they turn around. They really start to understand something. And maybe Spirit is saying in your prayers, in your hopes, you really wanted this person to start to see life differently. And while you became this Queen of Wands and started just kind of welcoming in, um, some of this could have been around financial issues in your relationship where your partner just kind of like gave up or really became resentful or impatient. Maybe they lost a job or were laid off and they weren't finding anything. And you're just like, hey, babe, it's going to be okay. Like, I know it. I'm communicating with spirit. It's going to be okay. And they were kind of going in a downward spiral. But for you, you kept your faith, group number 2. This is so specific, but if put a coin in the comments if this is really you and you're listening to it, like you really just did the work and really held faith for your partner to kind of be in their grief process and also to turn around their thoughts. And there was something in you doing your work, group number 2, because spirit keeps showing me this. You were doing something actively to change the energy. And when you did that, it was like boom. Everything in your life, from your own personal blessings to the blessings of having your partner kind of lift up and out of their funk. This partner is now even showing up as the King of Wands. Like, regardless of gender, you both are showing up as a very compatible energy now. I think you both just had to let something play itself out. And for you, Spirit is saying, group number 2, you were part of that dynamic that dynamic changing because you just held your faith. Some of you have a small child. Things were looking a little rocky and you just held the faith because at your core, at your foundation, you are the Queen of Pentacles. So I mean, at your foundation, you are the Queen of Pentacles. Like, that is never going to change about you. You are always going to be prosperous. You're always going to find a way. And maybe that was something that your partner found initially very attractive about you, is that you always make things happen. It reminds me of a little scene out of this movie, Henry and June. Very old movie, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. And Henry Miller is about Henry Miller and Anais Nin. The movie's kind of based on their relationship, but Henry Miller is describing his wife, June, and he's saying somehow in the dead of winter she's able to find strawberries. And there's something here about how your partner thinks of you that way, group number 2. Like somehow in the desert, you are able to find the one thing that's blossoming, the one thing that's growing green. And they love you for that. And I think during this funk, they just weren't able to really see all of that. They weren't able to uh, use your energy as a catalyst for their own healing. But once you shifted into Queen of Wands energy, group number 2, in your own life personally, I mean, the money started flowing in because spirit was like, oh, you're working with me, and your ability to show your partner, hey, you're not only my partner because I chose you, you're my partner because we are counterparts. And that shifted something. So, long story short, sorry if this is long winded, but I'm just seeing I'm seeing this story, group number 2, that spirit wants to show you is that you became your blessing, and you became the blessing for your partner, and you became the blessing for your family. So in group number 2, you're most definitely a catalyst for this blessing. I really do specifically see it for someone who had to help a partner. But if you don't have a partner, these are aspects of yourself, feminine and masculine, that had to come together um, so that you would be able to realize a wholeness around your manifesting abilities. But I kind of get that's a small group of you. I really do get that some of you in group number 2, your blessing has to do with helping a partner turn themselves around. And it's not, spirit is correcting me a little bit. Spirit is saying it's not that it's your responsibility to turn this partner around. It's your responsibility to keep your faith going, to keep working on the things you deem are important, and they will witness that energy coming from you. It is not your responsibility to say, you need to do this and help me with this. That's not it. Spirit is saying by you being your highest, ultimate self, that partner has no choice but to shift with you. I hope you get that. Okay, group number 2. So that is your blessing that's coming your way. If you resonated with that, again, please put a coin in the comments, because you may even want to put 2 in the comments, 2 coins, but it really meant that you were in this energy, and it's like Spirit is showing it was a contagious energy. Like once you displayed it, those around you had no choice but to vibe with it and connect with it and want to create with it. Okay, my honeys, if you could, please give me a thumbs up if you resonated with this reading. I'd appreciate it. If you want to stay connected, please subscribe. Click the bell. You'll get notified when I upload new channeled messages. If this is where we part, group number 2, very powerful. Thank you so much. Take care. Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and group number 3. This is your channeled message on blessings that are coming your way. You know, I'm smiling. This has been a really beautiful reading thus far, groups 1 and 2. So let's get into your energy, group number 3. The cards are cleared. We've sprayed some Palo Santo. I've put a little frankincense on my palms. This feels like a holy blessing without even pulling the cards yet. Let's see. King of Cups. Page of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords. Also, the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So this feels a little romantic as well for me. You know, King of Cups and the Page of Earth in this deck, called the Daughter of Earth or Daughter of Pentacles. It tells a story, group number 3, of how there was somewhat of a king being attracted to a younger counterpart. Not too young, you all, but you know, page energy can be a little bit younger. Not a child, because we don't, nothing inappropriate, but something of a king being attracted to someone that's much younger than them. I would say 10 to 15 year range. Definitely someone who's an adult, but probably a young adult. And there was something about these two needing to come to peace with this attraction. In the story, group Spirit is showing me, the two had to take their own personal thoughts about positive and negative about what this relationship could mean, and really surrender to the fact that they like each other, maybe even love each other, and there's a deep attraction there. But there's also around them a lot of negative thinking. Spirit is showing me there could be family that really highly disapproves of this connection. But Spirit is also showing me this connection was destined to happen. The star comes up. And it may be that I want Spirit to show me, why is this a blessing? Well, the star card came up, so something in this union will... Seven of Wands. So the blessing that's coming your way, group number 3, is that there is something that maybe you and another person are resisting in terms of your attraction towards each other. But this union is serving a higher purpose. And this union is meant to put you into the sky. And when I say you, I really do get that the people of group number 3 are in the Page of Pentacles energy. You could be in this King of Cups energy if you're watching this, but really, I think the blessing is for the younger counterpart in this union. Because the younger counterpart in this union is such a very fertile person. And I mean this, Spirit said I couldn't mean it literally, but I think when I was seeing it, Spirit was showing me that there's so much that you bring forward in terms of talents and skills. But I think this union is coming towards you, group number 3, to, take you away from a life that couldn't give you everything that you deserve. So this union is coming towards you. It is maybe unconventional, maybe something that your family doesn't like or have some negative thoughts about, but this union is coming to bring you the blessings of a new life. The blessings of a life that you would not have to endure long, hard work, but you're actually in this union going to be exposed to the energy of the star, meaning this union, it's going to make things happen for you financially. It's going to be literally a wish fulfillment. It's going to take you, for some of you in group number 3, and then I know this sounds very specific, so if it isn't your group, it isn't your group. But for some of you, you are in a life that doesn't have many pathways out. You may be in a life where you just didn't have that educational pathway out, or you didn't have like that relative who was going to sponsor you out or give you money or mentor you. So, but you do have some kind of talent. That Spirit is showing me is not necessarily academic, but the talent that you have, maybe for some of you it's cooking, very specific. For some of you it may have something to do with, I know this is going to sound so specific, but you can let me know in the comments. It has something to do with coconuts. I mean, literally, like maybe you make some kind of skin product, something people eat from coconuts. There's something there. And I know this is so specific, but I usually just say what I'm seeing, because maybe usually there's somebody there that's like, wait, hold on. But yeah, you are abundant, group number 3, in something that you create, something that you make. I'm seeing that it's something that people can either consume, or that is some ingredient in it is consumable. And what Spirit is saying is, through this relationship, I only say it's romantic because I saw that Ace of Wands. This person doesn't have to be involved with you. They could very well want to sponsor you or invest in you, but I do think they have some kind of romantic inclination. If they are more forward with their attraction to you, it's still going to be a union that brings you opportunity. And not in a way that I think you're using it for that. It's just going to bring you opportunity. It's going to allow you to have the time, maybe the resources to invest in your talent and skills. This person, though, yeah, they are a counterpart of yours. They are going to be you. There may be some romantic relationship with this person, but they did come out in reverse a couple of times. Their energy, there's something about them that's finds it hard to kind of express to you how they feel. Like emotionally, they may be a little cut off. I think they're more into their logic, into their brain, and they're trying to figure out, does this even logically make sense? But there's something very magnetic between the both of you. And I think that will win out. Let me ask Spirit much more. So, the blessing coming your way is this relationship. Yeah, I got the star card twice. Oh my goodness. Okay, group number 3, I want you to just listen carefully. This person, the dynamics with this person may not all be that kind of relationship where it's like fluffy marshmallow clouds and smiles and honey. This person has some healing to do, but I am going to tell you this relationship is going to make you the star. I got it twice in the star card in 2 different decks. They're right next to each other. And the star card that I just pulled is one of 2 people pointing their fingers together and creating a star. So, quite literally, this relationship means something for your success, for your wealth, for opportunity. That is the blessing coming your way. That, oh, okay. For a version of this could be that this person wants to invest in you, mentor you, help you to move forward, in which you are going to become the star. But I also feel like, and it's 2 different ways Spirit is showing me, you may be attracted to this person, but they are kind of putting a barrier there because they may think you're too young for them. Or this person just doesn't see you that way right now. But it's funny because they are attracted to you. There's something there that they're just not connecting to on a conscious level. It could also be that this person is attracted to you, wants to help you, but really is kind of holding back because of just negative social pressures around that. Whatever it is, this relationship will end up being one in which you both do form. I'm seeing a marriage. Yeah, I see it. So you 2 both will end up together, but the beginning of this relationship feels a little businessy. Let me mentor you, let me help you. And then it becomes kind of rocky. There's something there. It's a little rocky in the beginning, intimate wise. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of judgments and social constructs and negative family thoughts, you all are going to have to work through. But I do see that this person is going to help you in a particular kind of way, group number 3, to rise, to change your circumstances and rise from your talents, from your skills. That is the blessing coming your way. I've been feeling in this whole entire channel message reading, I feel like I've been very long-winded for whatever reason. It's probably not even that, because when I look at it, I'm all like, oh, the time is fine. But I feel like I just have been very long-winded with explaining what Spirit is showing me. Spirit is showing me all these like long stories, I think. And I'm like, okay, how do I fit this? How do I say it, communicate it? Yeah, you have the Earth Guardian. This is an Earth Angel for you. This is a blessing for you, group number 3. Sometimes our blessings come in the form of angels, of beings. This person, you may have had a lot of dreams about them lately. You may have been dreaming about them in a way that you were like, oh, I didn't know I felt that way. But yeah, there's something about, and vice versa. This person might have been dreaming about you too, and they're like, oh, I didn't know I was like going in that direction. I think all of this will become more clear in the fall. Where I live, the hemisphere I'm in, fall is here, kind of, coming into focus. But where you live, it may be fall whenever you encounter this channeled message. So, my honeys, in group number 3, Spirit is saying that's the end of your message. Like, quite literally, that's what's happening. So if you resonated with any or all of this channeled message, group number 3, could you please give me a thumbs up? It's a way to help me grow this brand new channel. And if you like the way that I channel messages and want to stay connected, please subscribe and click that bell. You'll get notified when I upload new channeled messages and tarot readings. And group number 3 of This Is Where we part. What a beautiful outcome of a relationship that feels a little rocky in the beginning, but there's something there that's saying, no, you both have a life together. You both have something that's quite destined in this relationship to happen. Okay, my honeys, take care. Hello, group number 4. This is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and this is your channeled message. Blessings that are coming your way. Those have been truly very interesting readings, group number 4. I expect no less from yours. Let's focus on your energy and get the opening cards. Ooh, wow. Say no more, Spirit. 10 of Pentacles. Wealth is coming your way as a blessing. Group number 4. Spirit said to pick a couple more cards here. Life Force, okay. And one more card. King of Wands. 6 of Swords, clarity. At the bottom of the deck. Spirit said, maybe that's a little bit of the energy, but right now it's strongly coming out, group number 4, that you are going to reach the pinnacle of wealth as a blessing that's coming forward. It is going to enliven you. It is going to, even for some of you, it is going to usher in a time of not only vitality and power, but you are also, with this blessing coming your way, you are starting to reach into your psyche and you're pulling up visions. Some of you are going to be are going to realize great powers of clairvoyance if you don't already have them. And here's what it is that I'm seeing from Spirit, group number 4, is that when this blessing comes in, it just allows you to release some kind of stagnation, maybe some worry. And when you do that, there's something in your psyche that begins to shift, and it even enlivens, even adds more power and strength to some kind of clairvoyance. You're going to have a vision, group number 4. This vision is not only important to you personally, it's important to your community. Spirit is saying I need to read what it says in the book on this card around Father of Fire, because Father of Fire is King of Wands, but Spirit is saying there's a message in here. I'm seeing clairvoyance for someone. Either you are going to begin to experience that as a regular power of yours, or there is a singular kind of message you are going to receive. Yeah, it says charismatic, visionary, willpower, intensity, pioneering work. This is what Spirit is pointing out to me. It says, follow your inner vision while remaining true to your heart. Let your spirit dictate every action. Risk being completely yourself despite all human frailty. You are now able to gratefully acknowledge your many talents and use them to inspire others' participation in new projects. There is a new project that's coming your way as a result of this financial blessing. Some of you, Spirit is saying, may receive the blessing of an inheritance. For others of you, something that has to do with family and wealth coming together. Now, it could be that you realize the blessing of some money coming from a family member, or a family member suddenly realizes a blessing and gives you money. There's something there around money coming from a family member. It doesn't necessarily mean that someone has to pass, but someone could say, there's something about you that I see that just, I want to support you. I want to see you flourish. There's someone in your family, for some of you, that really sees your genius, group number 4. And that, in Spirit is saying, is even a blessing, because maybe up until now your family hasn't really said much about your many talents, your ability to manifest in a particular kind of way. Like I said, some of you are clairvoyant. I don't know how that's kind of playing with your family. Maybe your family has been a little silent around this particular thing. Maybe you do this work and your family's like, didn't know what to think about it. But somebody in your family's like, no, you need support. I want you to devote yourself full time to this work. That's somebody's story, very specific. There is, for some of you, a relationship that you've had to do a lot of work around. No lie. And this relationship, you've kind of just wondered, is it been worth all the work? And yes, for some of you in group number 4, you're going to realize even that this hardworking relationship you've been working on, kind of like in a very hard way, you're going to start to see the fruits of it. I'm asking Spirit, how does this all tie in? And they're saying, because you are working on something. It could be, I know this is going to sound so specific, y'all, but you could put a music note in the comments. You may be starting a band, or you're in a band with some family members, or with a partner. There's something you're doing creatively that I think revolves around music, dance, maybe even culture, that you've been like trying to get off the ground. It's been a lot of hard work and you're just like, ugh. And I think for others of you where the clairvoyance isn't coming through, then the gift is actually something to do of having a vision of what to do to make this creative endeavor that you've worked so hard on, that's taken blood, sweat, and tears. You come up with the vision for this creative endeavor and it turns it all around. Say more, Spirit. Yeah. For some of you, this is quite literally a project with family members. Maybe some of you thought you were going to have to leave to make this happen. Some of you really thought, I'm going to have to leave to make this happen. Like sometimes creatively, maybe we're from a place where there's not a lot of support for the arts. For some of you, you will take a trip, because 3 of Wands came out, as well as 6 of Swords. But I don't think now Spirit is saying you have to leave under duress. It might have been because of the lack of funds, support financially to make something happen. But now with this family member coming in, I swear to you all, somebody in your family is going to see your talents and skills, group number 4, and they are going to gift you the blessing. The literal blessing of being able to focus on your dreams. For many of you, this is a creative dream. Some of you maybe have a dance company, a band, a theater group, a cultural arts group. Leave it in the comments. But this bit of money is making it all possible. And the blessing that actually even comes out of this spirit is saying is that you finally feel supported. For some of you, that's a huge blessing. To have someone, even in your family, I'm going to say specifically, really support your work, who believes in you. Maybe that's something that you've been lacking for a while. And there's a sense of like, wow, my family actually sees me as a talented person. Here they are again, 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, your family, something turns around there. And it was something I think you even needed on the emotional level, group number 4. You needed someone in your family to say, I believe in you. This isn't a crazy idea. This isn't something I'm discouraging. I believe in you. Here's some money to make it happen. There's a sense of justice there, because maybe there are people who said, you're never going to be able to lift this off the ground. You're never going to be able, and maybe that was a negative thought you had. But when this family member comes forward, many of you are going to be like very surprised. But I think that surprise gives way to a unique kind of healing you needed with the energy of your family. Some of you walked around saying, my family doesn't support me. My family doesn't see or understand the things I want to do. You really did think about leaving. You thought about just striking out on your own. You didn't know what was going to happen, but Spirit said that wasn't the way. It was only going to make you kind of like that would have been a more impulsive move than one that was really going to be beneficial for your particular project. Yeah. The High Priest is here. This person in your family, they may be in that energy. You might be a Virgo. I'm not getting, a particular gender, but they may be someone who is real knowledgeable. Someone who maybe is a professor, someone who maybe is a pastor or priest, someone who studies a lot. This person is kind of more worldly. It may be someone who really hasn't said much about what you've been doing, but I also don't know if they've been that exposed to what you've been doing. Maybe other people in the family haven't been talking to this person, but this person, once they find out, group number 4, they really do support you. They really do. For them, it's more about even supporting the younger generation, because they had to do things on their own. Maybe a little bit of their story is they had to go out and do things on their own, and they didn't have anyone in the family supporting them, and they want to change that narrative. Yeah, this person is very learned. They may be spiritual themselves. Yeah, or religious. Take it where it resonates. So group number 4, that's the blessing coming your way. Some gift from a family member is going to allow you either the gift of becoming more powerful with your own unique gifts, such as clairvoyance, or it's going to allow you to realize the vision, a creative vision that you have been finding it hard to get off the ground because of the lack of funds. But you're about ready to be supported. And lastly, that blessing is coming in forms of healing. Healing from the idea that family doesn't support you. Healing the idea that you had to do everything on your own, because Spirit is saying, nope, you really didn't. Like, there is somebody in your family that recognizes your genius and wants you to succeed. Okay, my honeys, that was pretty deep here. Here's what I will say, group number 4. This will, in many ways, surprise you. It is. It's going to help you change your mind about your family. And I think it's meant to happen in that kind of order. So group number 4, if you resonated with any or all of this channeled message, could you give me a thumbs up? And if you like the way that I channel messages, could you consider subscribing to this brand new channel? And if you click the bell, you get notified when I upload new channel messages, which is pretty much every other day, sometimes daily. And group number 4, if this is where we part, best of luck on this endeavor of yours. It truly is coming with a very supportive energy. Okay, my honeys, until the next reading, take care.